After Jesus had been scourged, the soldiers took him into the residence of Pilate, where they gathered the whole battalion before him. The soldiers then mocked Christ by stripping him of his clothes and placing a scarlet robe on him. The soldiers twisted thorns into a crown, which they thrust onto his head, put a reed in his right hand, and knelt down before him, saying, "Hail, King of the Jews!" They spat on him and then used the reed to strike him on the head. The Son of God was brutally scourged, mocked, spat upon, and crowned with thorns. The prophecy of the suffering servant in Isaiah 53 was being fulfilled. We read, "He had no form or comeliness that we should look at him, and no beauty that we should desire him. He was despised and rejected by men, a man of sorrows and acquainted with grief, and as one from whom men hide their faces he was despised, and we esteemed him not. Surely he has borne our griefs and carried our sorrows, yet we esteemed him stricken, struck down by God, and afflicted. But he was wounded for our transgressions, he was bruised for our iniquities. Upon him was the chastisement that made us whole, and with his stripes we are healed." According to the Ignatius Study Bible, the title and articles used to slander Jesus signify his kingship and triumph over sin. The scarlet robe represents Jesus' defeat of Satan through his shed blood. The crown of thorns points to the crown of glory that adorns Jesus at his ascension. The reed signifies the scepter of his heavenly kingdom. Through these images, Christ's victory is paradoxically announced in the midst of his apparent defeat. Meditating on the contempt the crowds and soldiers showed to Christ, we are reminded that we are also called to bear persecution. Jesus said, "If the world hates you, know that it has hated me before it hated you." Why would the world hate us? Jesus said, "If you were of the world would love its own." Being of the world can take on many faces. We can become caught up in social norms that go against God and his commandments, in the pursuit of riches or fame rather than sacrifice and piety, and in self-gratification instead of holiness. We want to be liked and to be welcomed by friends and strangers alike, but that path may not lead us to holiness. No matter the persecution we face in life, we can always take courage in our Lord's words. "In the world you have tribulation, but be of good cheer, I have overcome the world." Bear that in mind. In the end, God is victorious, and he is inviting us to join him in that victory.